Hello, my name is Maggie, and yes, you're looking at a flock of sheep. Why are you looking at a flock of sheep? Because what else are you gonna do on a Friday? Go out, have a girlfriend, live a life like I do? Anyways, this is not me discussing life choices and anything. You're looking at a flock of sheep because after so many days of not having so much news, shoving in your face, and all this kind of stuff, it is back. Ladies and gentlemen, Flock of News Friday, it is back, and your boy Akeem will give you all the news and all the opinions from the world of League of Legends into one measly hour. But I've realized that to do it in an hour is going to be a little bit too much for like the viewers with short-term memory and all kind of stuff. So what I'm gonna do is to do this. Alexa, set timer for 30 minutes. 30 minutes, starting now. Now you notice that that's my Alexa dot that my grandma gave me. So thank you, Grandma, and almost happy birthday for her. Once that 30-minute timer is up, that is it. I will not do any more news from that further, and I will probably save these news until next week or so. So we're gonna have news from the Sheep Esports, and then of course a little bit of news from the Esports Advocate and my good old friend James Fudge talking about the esports off the rift, talk about the business side of things and how does it impact all this kind of stuff. So let's not waste any time. We're gonna kick off with the LEC, and I wanted to say that this is going to be the biggest fumbling of a bag you've ever seen from an organization. So the LEC decided to announce 5 new road shows. 3-day road trips between Movistar Core in Barcelona and Madrid and Carmen Corp in the stadium, of course, their own stadium in Evry, Coron-Connes, which is a stadium in another French city, plus a season-ending semifinals in an undisclosed location. And and that means this season will have 6 major LEC arena events alongside with the studio. And that means the schedule will be increased, of course, to say that the road trip will take 3 days instead of two. The extended schedule brings a total of 15 days of live competition outside of Berlin across the year, with initiative continues the LEC to bring in competition directly to local fans through collaboration and all that stuff. And that means Movistar road trips will be like, first off, February 27th to March 26th at the Olympic Arena in Badalona, Barcelona. Let me just show you what that arena looks like. I'm going to show you what this thing happens. Ooh, okay. This looks popping. This is it is amazing. They did music shows. They have a basketball game. This look absolutely tasty. This looks absolutely tasty. So that is from February 23rd to the 1st of March 2026. And of course, and now the LEC road trip, which will be taking place in Movistar Court at the Madrid Arena, which I believe this is the same thing. Let me just look at my Madrid Arena, by the way. Yep, that is a Madrid Arena. Of course, I think this is the home of the Real Madrid basketball team, I guess. I don't know. But this is like what the Madrid player will do like. So already, my God, what an incredible start. And then, of course, the Madrid Arena again for September 4th to the 6th. Ticketing and all kinds of stuff. Then we got the Common Core version of the events. 24th to the 26th at the Les Arenas, his Common Core hometown. And then the details for the road trip will be announced. And in the semifinals, we don't know anything about it. We don't know the location, but it will have the main large-scale format in recent years and all kind of stuff. So that will be further apart. So, from my boy David Shynock, I think Koi and Carmen Corp are literally making LEC look like they are above the LEC in terms of fandom, in terms of getting all the road shows done, in terms of atmosphere. They are now being clear above the rest. And why did I mention Fumbling the bag? Because there's a certain organization that I have not even talked about that has done this. So which team has the most successful in terms of money, in terms of championships, in terms of everything with fan base? And I'm thinking of G2. Wait. Hold up, again. Let me just think about it. G2 Esports won almost every single LEC title you know to man. G2 Esports won MSI 2019, were finalists at Worlds, ladies and gentlemen. They have the G2 Army. They got their general manager Roman dressed up in so much paint that you can even cover the entire house with it. They got all the fan base. They got everything they wanted. They have all those years of success, and they cannot even put a proper roadshow for like 5,000 people. Like, and by the way, this is going to be where the LEC will be at. Look at the stadium. Look at this. And I know there'll be like a few empty seats here or there, of course, but like, holy cow. You do not tell me that G2 cannot do this. G2 could have done this years in advance. Like years in advance. And they'll be like on top of the LEC game by a country mile. Like Fnatic's situation is a little different, of course, because they're getting bought and they have not been doing well. So Fnatic will be like spared them the blushes. But I'll tell you what, G2, this could have been you, but you're playing, man. This could have been you, but you're playing. This is the most fumbling bag you ever fumbled a bag in the history of esports. And I can tell you so many fumble bags that I can do this for 20 minutes, but I can't. The fact that Corey and Karmine Corp, two teams that have been to this organization for like years now, for like 2 years now, have done more work than G2 has done in the last 8 or 9 years, just speaks volume about like the LEC is now a regional fan base driven league. It is no longer catered to the successful ones. It is not catered to how many trophies you won. It is going where the fan base goes. And you can say all you will about the Karmine Corp and Koi fan bases, of course, but wherever the fan base goes, they go. And I believe that this holy cow, 5 events this year is amazing. It is absolutely amazing. And for this to happen in Barcelona and Madrid and in Paris, like, my God, the amount of fandom will show up to this event is amazing. And yeah, I think LCS need to step up their game. I mean, you look at LEC, it's like, my God, LCS is quick in their boots. They're literally quick in their boots right now. To see Karmine Corp doing this and to see Koi doing this right now, it's just like, Jesus, we need to get in the game. Like, wait. You guys were supposed to be in the game. You were in the game for so long. And then Karmine Corp, new team that's been there for like 3 years now, has done more than you guys have done ever. Like, no, your time is up. Your time is up. You've already have your game. You already have your cake, but you haven't eaten it. And now look what happens. So congratulations to Core and Karmine Corp for actually doing these LEC events. And let me tell you, last year LEC events were off the freaking charts. It's like watching a LEC finals for like the middle part of the year. To see this all live and atmosphere is like, that is what we want when it comes to franchising. To have these home stadium finals. Like, we tried to do it with the Overwatch League, but failed magically because of COVID and all those financial reasons. But to have this in front of me, to have all of this in front of me, to have all those in-stadium events in front of me and watching it and learning about it and get the atmosphere and do all the kind of stuff, it's amazing to see. It is the most amazing thing to see. So I am thanking Karmine Corp and Koi for actually putting all the work and just literally hard carrying. I think this reminds me, I think this pretty much have the meme. This is probably like a meme here. This is like, yeah. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. This is the SpongeBob meme. This is gonna be a meme here. This is gonna be like my thumbnail. This is gonna be probably my thumbnail. This is Karmine Corp and this is Koi carrying the LEC. These are two guys just carrying the LEC. These two, they're carrying the dead weight of the LEC. They're carrying literally LEC, guys. And if G2's trying to do it, G2 shouldn't do it. And then SK have the money, and then Fnatic have the money. They have everything they wanted. But no, we're gonna be, you know what? Koi and Karmine Corp is like, let me do it. Let me just do it. All right. Let me just show you how we done. Let's just show me how we done. And we're gonna host 5 events this year, and you guys will have none. It's like, yeah, the game is over. The game is over. Koi and Karmine Corp are like different leagues above you guys. Literally different leagues above you guys. So that is the LEC. And now for the LCS, 2 pieces of news, of course, in the LCS. Let me just see. Okay. So I'm going to go with the Mark Z version. Now, I'm going to save this for my State of LCS sometime down the road. But, I wanted to do a little statement. I'm not going to do deep in the interview, but Commissioner Mark Z said the way that people are talking now is actually very encouraging to me. Everyone's like, LCS is back, and it's so back. And I have to tell you one thing. Woo! It feels good. It feels good to have the LCS again. I will tell you all about the details, but I will tell you one thing. LCS, you know, LCS have been getting a lot of kick for the last couple of years, and rightfully so. The decision making, the poor management, all those formats, they get kicked in the teeth so many times. And the LTA was kind of like the last straw of the camel's back to so many people who have been blessed in the LCS. Like, listen, let's be honest. We do not want LCS to be as good as any LCK or LPL teams, or even the LEC teams. We just want the LCS to be good enough to be like get 100,000 viewers, or just to be like a banter league, like content and all kinds of stuff. We just want this LCS to be good. Just make the LCS be good. And for it to have the brand back, to have the formats being decent, to have the roadshows, which I'm not sure is going to be better than the LEC roadshow, but they'll try to have all of this coming back is huge. But I will save all of this for the State of LCS coming soon. But if you want opinions by Mark Z, the interview is on the description below when it happens. Now, to some pretty depressing news. Dokla is back. Oh, no, Akeem, that is not the depressing news. That is not the depressing news. It's who he replaced. That is depressing news. And unfortunately, Zamedo was supposed to be the Lions team. It's supposed to be like Zamedo, Isles, Impact, the whole team. That Lions team would have been like pretty good enough to win the LCS. Pretty good enough to win the LCS. Not great enough to be like challenging, but I think pretty good enough to win the LCS. I have my rankings, of course. But I did not put my rankings before that. I would put my initial rankings, but never impact this. I was never impacted this. Here's the sad part. The sad part about it is this: Zamuda's Canadian. He's not from Europe or any other places, of course. He's from Canada. And because of the whole visa issues with America, and you're going to thank Donald Trump for all that cop, we're not going to go down that road. He is denied a visa and unfortunately cannot join the team. And the Mexican organization decided to bring in an Indian. Ah, all right. I didn't realize he's Indian. Okay, makes sense. Dokla into the top lane. And in the good news and bad news part, the good news is I think it'll make LYON better. But the bad news is I think this is going to be the end of Zamoda's career. He will be under contract until 2027 and could rejoin the team in the situation to resolve. But unfortunately, I feel like this is going to be the end of him. Because let's be honest, I am not sure that his visa issues will be solved next. We don't know what the situation down there it is. Like every day, it's like you're waking up and there's a little bit different. So unpredictability is like the order of the day if you're American or Canadian in some cases, looking down on America. And for a talented player like him, who, by the way, played for Dragon Seal, one of the most talented organizations in terms of Tier 2 League of Legends ever, which, by the way, the League of Legends Tier 2 scene in LCS is in March. Why? I don't know. You're going to come with them. But it is such a devastating news for him. It is such a devastating news for him. And if I were him, if I were Zamedio at this point, I'm going to look at the LEC. I see like 3 North American players. One of them is playing for the biggest organization ever in Common Corp. And by the way, Busio's stream is like 9K views, which is like, okay, he's into the Common Corp culture already. Congratulations. He's already in the soup. But you look at Jojo Pin, you look at one of the Common Corp junglers, by the way, my brain is just mushed. You look at the situation in the LEC and you see all those North Americans, and not only they in North America right now, they are thriving. They are literally thriving in the LEC. So if I were him, and if you don't get the situation solved, and I'm not sure if this situation will ever get solved, I will look at the LEC right now and just like pick a team and just go from there. Maybe Zamodo could play G2. Think about it. Caps is pretty much running out right now. He's getting old. I'm not saying as a way to, Caps is watching anything, but let's just say Caps is no longer viable. Maybe Zamodo could be the next face of G2. Could be. But that's not here or say it there. So while I'm happy for Dokla to coming back, and yes, I am happy for Dokla to coming back after what he has done to 100 Thieves and the viewership he has done in China with all of that, the fact that this situation happened, it just sucks so much. Absolutely sucks so much for this guy. It's the Goodwill Hunting scene of when the late delayed Robin Williams, hug McDavian. Yep, and said it's not your fault. It's the same thing here. This is not his fault. This is like circumstances that are not even beyond him, and it hurts. It absolutely hurts. So the Lion replacing Dokla with Zamedo, and we just go from there. And I think Lion team is going to be good. I think they're still looking good. If we can see what Dokla done with 100 Thieves last year into this year, like, all right, they're looking great. Now, as I mentioned in my shorts just today, that in typical solo queue fashion, Ruler saying some naughty words and unfortunately got 800,000 won, which I think it's happened in ranked matches last year, but he decided, okay, dude, you say some crap last year, fork up the fine, of course. And that is 465 million euros, which is kind of like equivalent to like, let's just say a couple of $1,000 in US, I guess. And he was first warned after receiving chat and game restricted in March 2025, and the same offense was found again in 2025 when he received a 7-day chat restriction for verbal abuse. So yeah, and of course, before the start of the LC Cup this year, Riot Games conducted a review of professional players' account to make sure everything is order. And following inspection, they released a statement on January 9, announcing that Ruler will be fined for ranked play. So woof, they got him on the book. They just like, you chatted some crap a couple of days ago. So unfortunately, like, all right, got fined. This is like a life sanction, of course, and this is like the type of event can result in 1 million won, of course, in a suspension of 3 matches. And if Ruler's behavior would be increased and do more of this, it could triple and extend as many as 10 suspensions in the LCK or LC. So if Ruler ever does this again, if a Ruler ever say some really nasty words in Korean, of course, which is a no-no in the Korean culture, of course, 1 million won and 10 matches suspended. Like, Jesus, that's like literally quarter of your season. Like, oh my goodness. That is brutal, man. So, yeah, dude, we saw him pop off in the Israel game just earlier, of course, against DRX. And we know what he's capable of. But, dude, just calm down, all right? Calm down. Just calm down. Listen, Korea's no joke when it comes to these things. Like, $1 million won, which is huge, and 10 games suspension in the LCK. Well, Koreans are no joke when it comes to like taking these things seriously. Like they have the Kespa for God's sake. They have Kespa for God's sakes. So, dude, calm down, keep your mouth quiet, or better yet, mute chat or something. Just cool down, all right? Just cool down. All right. So, other pieces of news to talk about. Giant X decided to have an assistant coach, and his name would be Fire. And he will join Intero as the assistant coach to he's going to be joining the Superliga. All right, got it. So it's not the LEC. Got it. But this could be huge, of course. This will be huge because this team is 100% Iberian with Spaniards and Portuguese. And you got Manuel Gap, D'Antonio, Miniduke, Flacked. Yes, you all know Flacked, by the way. Atalante, and Fire will be the coach. And he's got some LCS experience, of course, coaching in Counterlock Gaming and Cloud9. And got head coached by Misfits in the LFL and the EMEA Masters, in Wood Rebels Gaming and Zeta, and both in the Spanish leagues, but unfortunately ended in 10th place. So he got some experience, of course. He did work in some organizations, Gamers Origin, Shock 04, and Australis in LEC. You can say that 2 of these organizations went on to be not so great. So he got some experience. This guy is an experienced dude. He has been coaching LEC teams. He has done LCS. I think this is going to be like something that will get this Giant X team over the hump because let's be honest. Oh, by the way, sorry, the Giant X Intero team. The Giant X Intero, not the Giant X main team. But if he does well, maybe he could be a Giant X coach coming down the line. Who knows? Next up will be the America's Cup. Now, again, we'll be talking about this in the state of our address. Okay, just don't worry. The state of LCS will be coming. Calm down. It will be coming before the LCS thing. I promise, okay? But then again, I make promises I don't even keep. So I promise you. Right. But this is so let me just give you the TLDR. The TLDR is pretty much like, hey guys, we're going to do more road shows. We're going to have so much, boot camps. And we got the America's Cup to even afford the boot camps, of course. So, in case many people know, is that the second place team, of course, and the third place team from both regions, the CB LYON and LCS, will be playing in a America's Cup tournament taking place before the first stand tournament. If the winning America's Cup qualify for MSI through its league, the prize will be awarded to another team from its region. And that means the LCS could have 4 teams in South Korea and to have experience and high solo queue and all kinds of stuff, and it's being paid by Riot. And then he goes, you got the roadshows. We don't know anything yet, but come on, listen, guys, like listen. You need to step your game up at LCS. Look at this. This is Common Corp and Koi telling everybody we can do better than you. And I can tell you what, Genji and T1 get to do better than that, and they'll have roadshows, of course. This is League of Legends in 2026 right now. You better step up your game up. I want to see LCS roadshows in Miami, in New York, although New York will have World Songs. I want to see them in Texas. I want to see them in Las Vegas. I mean, when was the last time we have LCS tournament in Las Vegas? Like way back in 2017. We didn't have an LCS tournament in Boston or Vancouver or anything like that. So the world is your oyster. You better take advantage of LCS. You better take advantage. But again, we're saving that for the state of LCS. Lastly, from the sheep side, we got the LFL Invitational. And this LFL Invitation is just kind of like a warm-up tournament, of course. It's not too big. Although, this will determine who will make it to EMEA Masters. Similar to, like, if Los Angeles do well, they can go into, like, oh, okay, yeah, they're going to go to first standard, they qualify. Like, all right, their rules. Forgot. You're the ones to put them in there. You're the ones to put them in there. So it returns in this winter with a 20-team format with the 2 non-LFL teams earning LFL slots for the rest of the year. It's not promotion relegation, but it kind of felt like it. So you got BK Rock, you got E-Spirit Shonen, you got Galleons, you got ICI Japan, Job Life, Solari, and Vitality B. You notice that we don't have now Common Core Blue because, of course, Common Core Blue play in the winter. So because why not? Oh, wait, they're in there. Okay, never mind. Kadaya, Guardians, Sharks, KCS Blue, KC Blue, by the way, Lasani Esports, Lily Esports, PCS, Skill Cap, and TLN Top Pirates. And again, invitational teams are Flange Flare, which is supposed to be Whipple's team, but nah, don't have him. Fatality Rising Beast, Yume, Zephyr Esports, and ZYB. So this LFL regional tournament will be 20 teams, 20 teams, and all of this will begin on 6 days from now. And the 2 teams will earn a spot. The invited team, French Flair, and the Team Yanari team, which would be the all-female team. Yes, the all-female team, the Team Yumi, of course, will have a chance to qualify for the LFL. And if that happens, I think if the Vitality, if the Team Yumi team goes through, this is probably the first time we see a female team do international tournaments and compete with other teams since like the way back when a female team tried to compete against the Turkish teams. I don't even want to know the name. And even I do, I will be triggering, of course. So I think this will be a huge opportunity. Like, listen, I know the news is a little bit quick, of course, but I'm just trying to make sure that I don't want to bore these people up. So I'm going to give you news quick as fast and everybody else. Like and subscribe for all these stuff, and we're going to have more to come. And unfortunately, and it's now time for some even more sad news. So we headed from the sheep to the T. The Esports Advocate, of course. And we'll be talking about the sad decline of the LPL. Even more further in depth. So, of course, you know about FPX gone, you know RNG gone, and unfortunately, from the business side, of course, Mercedes-Benz is gone, and Oppo is gone, and Intel is gone. So you just lost like 3 of the biggest products ever. By the way, one of those products is a world sponsorship, of course. Oppo is like one of the sponsors for Worlds. So you just lost like 3 big sponsors right off the bat. Like, Jesus. Let me just read it. And this is from Hongju Cheng, by the way, one of the reporters, of course. This is now Chinese League of Legends esports operator TJ Sports announced the new sponsor list for 2026, including several brands like Jingdong, which is, of course, sponsoring Jingdong Gaming, Ling Ning, Durex, which is a condom brand. I will say less. Scooter brand Sky Motor, Chinese appliance TCL, which is, of course, producing TVs, of course, energy drink Warhorse, and gaming chair Autofill. That means Mercedes-Benz and Oppo and Intel are not on the list. They have been sponsoring since 2018 and become the chief partner from 2019 onwards. And it's unclear that it will affect the partnership with the League of Legends Global Events, which of course sponsors the League of Legends World Championships. And by the way, Mercedes-Benz is a sponsor, of course, mid-season invitational. And the Esports Advocate has also confirmed that the Mercedes-Benz logo is not on the entertainment and sports team jerseys, which is a tier one, of course. And the sponsorship will also end. And Mercedes-Benz Korea sponsored T1 since 2023. So, yeah, Mercedes-Benz is like, hit the road, Jack. We don't even want to come back. And, of course, they have 15 partners in 2021. Look at this. Mercedes-Benz, Nike, Momchil Livisto, KFC, Harbin Brewer, Waha, Warhorse, Oppo, Sunin, Lenovo, Legion, TT, Lepin, Autofill, Razer, Intel. They have went from 15 sponsors, 15 to 7. They've cut this whole thing to half. And of course, it just keeps adding on to the pain of the LPL. It's like, hey, we had 16 teams, now we have 14. We lost FPX. And of course, 3-time Warner MSI, which I already mentioned, of course. So Jesus Christ, the LPL is getting absolutely gutted right now. They got the rules, of course. The teams are getting gutted. The sponsorships are getting gutted, of course. Like Mercedes-Benz is no joke. Mercedes-Benz is like the class above, of course. I can sleep with John Hamm listening to Mercedes-Benz commercials all night, of course. But everybody knows in China that Mercedes-Benz is a huge deal. And for them to lose their sponsor and Oppo and Intel, to lose so many sponsorships, you lose in KFC and Nike and all this other stuff. And yeah, it is brutal for the It's brutal for the LPL. It is brutal for the LPL. And finally, we're gonna talk Saudi. Yeah, I know we're gonna talk a little Saudi, but just a minute. First of all, I'd like to have a good thank you for James Fudge for even posting this thing. And James Fudge, as you all know, he's done a lot of reporting, of course. He's also fighting a big fight with cancer. So James Fudge, if you're listening to this or you're hearing this right now, just so you know that this report is for you, and we love you and thank you for your wonderful reporting. And I hope you can do well, and I hope your family is safe and all the kind of stuff. So this report is for you. Now, you notice that we got the Esports Nations Cup. It is the largest nation-based esports competition. This is not the Esports World Cup when it comes to like different teams and all kind of stuff. This is nation-based nation. We got EA, Krafton, Tencent, Ubisoft, SNK, Moonton, and Chess.com. You all know Chess.com and sponsoring chess. Moonton with Legends Bang Bang. EA Sports was probably like FIFA, of course. Tencent, I think we all know where we're going. And Ubisoft with pretty much sponsors like Rainbow Six and all the kind of stuff. Now, in 2025, the new global sports conference in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, the esports nation is a replacement for all sorts of esports Olympics, with Saudi Arabia back out last year with the disagreements with the International Olympic Committee. Just imagine the esports Olympics going to be in there. That would be like, all right, it's over. It's over. Esports are backed by Saudis. They've won. They've won. So they said that the EWSC said it is possible that some titles will be way to multiple teams to qualify, which means yes, that League of Legends will be involved with this because, yeah, why not? If EWC will be involved in League of Legends, I think Esports H will be involved. There's the League of Legends form, of course. The fully club rosters will not be allowed to form a created national team. All national players and teams that make the ENC's finals event will be guaranteed to play at least 3 matches according to the announcement. ENC finals team competitions with 24 to 48 teams per tower, while a solo competition will be 32 to 128. And it says that all this is stuff, and further on this work will be revealed at a later date, but assume the structure might be how federations work. The International Esports Federation or Global Esports Federations operate in regional, and the EWC will create its own system, and work in Mysteria will be a mystery, of course. And yeah, you got all the sports washing and the human rights thing, which, of course, Saudi Arabia will be like, we don't care about that. We just want to make money and make esports. So, yeah, so thank you, James Fudge. So, anyways, my opinion about this is that, yeah, we are bound by the Saudis. Saudis get everything. What are we going to do? Until we got a wipe clean, of course, unless everything is going full neutral, then that's it. Saudis get everything. I will speak less, and that was it. So that is your, flock of news for this Friday. Thank you all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe for all the stuff. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy the football and enjoy everything. And I'll see you all next week. Ciao, everyone.